Hi, I'm John Thompson, and today I would like to explain why I believe that assault rifles should be banned. And just to be clear, I'm a lifelong gun owner. I believe in Second Amendment rights as much as anybody else, but there are some weapons that we need to control better, and I believe that the assault-styled rifles are a good place to start. So, ownership of an assault rifle has always been a bit of a novelty for most gun lovers, not currently in the military. With expensive rounds and its awesome power, it's a bit overkill for typical hunting. But that novelty changed for the general public in an instant. It all started in 1997 when two bank robbers in LA wearing homemade full body armor and carrying modified assault rifles held the city in the grips of terror. They fled the bank, spraying devastating rifle fire at anyone in their path. Police were only armed with their service revolvers and shotguns, neither of which could penetrate their armor. Natalie Holloway with the Crime Museum explains that in the end, eventually the police commandeered assault rifles of their own from a local gun store because they simply could not match the firepower that they were facing. This, I believe, began the war of escalation in which the police force, seeing the general public being so armed, decided to get weapons of their own that they could handle, and then other people in the general public, seeing that the police now carried such devastating weapons, started to get them as their own. I believe that a lot of people did this in many cases with the idea that they could defend themselves against a tyrannical government. But as far as that particular point goes, we could just ask the survivors of the Branch Davidian compound of Waco, Texas, and ask how they fared when the government came for them with tanks and helicopters. So guns, my friends, will not protect you if the government decides you are an enemy of the state. They will just call in an airstrike. Now, all guns have always been designed to kill, and all bullets are capable of killing. I'd just like to show you a little list. Is that close enough? Of some images of some guns and their bullets. And as you can see, there are several assault rifles on here and their respective bullets. But the point I'm trying to show you with this is that bullets for the assault rifle in many cases are weaker or less powerful than the bullets of, say, a hunting rifle. For instance, the typical assault rifle round is a .223 NATO round, which in some cases is smaller and less powerful, which doesn't really fit the narrative that I'm trying to explain here. But the key difference is the rate of fire and the capacity. Even though a typical hunting rifle can fire a larger bullet, it'll usually only hold 3 to 5 rounds before needing to be reloaded. And though some are also semi-automated, most are bolt action, requiring 2 hands to load the next round. The completely legal semi-automatic line of rifles are allowed to pair with magazines holding 30 rounds and require no action to reload. Simply fire a round from its reduced recoil platform and the gun will automatically chamber your next round. Essentially, this means it's not fully automatic, but it's only limited to the speed of your trigger finger. This is the same operating mechanism of most handguns that are in use as well. However, there is no handgun that can fire around the size of a .223 accurately and at such a rapid pace. An even more dangerous aspect to these guns is that they can be modified to fire at fully automatic rates, which is illegal. They can also be combined with completely legal bump stocks that modification allowed the recent Las Vegas shooter, according to the New York Times, to achieve 90 rounds per minute. When you combine the rapid fire speed with the accuracy and size of the round, coupled with the high capacity magazines and the minimal recoil, you have a truly awesome but devastating weapon, which was designed for use on the battlefields of war. They simply are too powerful for any and every interested person 18 years or older to be given access to. So, since most of the assault rifles used in almost every mass shooting were purchased legally, it stands to reason that they are simply too available. First off, we have to stop selling these guns to every Joe that wants one. Second, we need to remove them from the people that have them. Third, we need to provide a legitimate path to ownership for responsible people that still desire to keep one of these weapons around. I propose an immediate ban on the sale of assault-style rifles only, making them illegal to own within 1 year's time. Then I say to ease the hard feelings, offer a buyback program of $3,000 per gun, which is about 2 to 3 times the average cost of buying a really nice brand new one. This will motivate many people to relinquish their weapons. Lastly, before the initial year expires, allow those that really want to keep their gun a legal path to ownership. This should include, but not be limited to, annual licensing and registration of ownership, annual mental evaluation, proof of proper and safer storage, physical performance testing verifying proper knowledge and awareness of the weapon. And in conclusion, removing these weapons from the general public will certainly not prevent all gun deaths. These are only a fraction of the total guns in this country. Removing them will, however, reduce the amount of devastation any one person can release upon the masses on any given day. If it saves just one life, it would be worth it, and until we take action, we will never know how effective their removal might be. As an epilogue to this story, there were at least 2 mass shootings using this style of weapon during the brief period of time that I researched and put this speech together. Thank you for your time. And